Good morning, friends, and welcome to sunny Cyprus. I am like in denial that summer is ending, and so I'm just chasing the sun pretty much. And it was my mum's 50th birthday, so I brought us both to Cyprus for a week, and we're just having a really nice time. I am moving countries in a week. My visa just got approved, which is really good, but should I be at home packing and preparing for that trip? Yes. Am I just messing about in Cyprus instead? Also, yes. But since we're here, I thought I would bring you a reading vlog. I just woke up and we went and had some breakfast. And the first bit of reading I'm gonna do today is I really want to finish this book. It's called Pizza Girl. And let's see, I'm on chapter 12, page 163 out of like 200. So I'm gonna finish this very quickly this morning. And then after this, so I brought this with me, Conversations on Love, which I thought could be a good kind of like sunbed read. And then I also have this, which I've had for ages. I think this is quite a quick read. So I might read this first and then possibly move on to Conversations on Love. We'll see. But basically all I'm doing is reading, going to the gym, sunbathing, swimming, and eating. So hopefully I can make some good progress on these books, and I'll share that with you and it will be a good time. But let me show you this. When Virginia Woolf said a room with a view, this may have been what she was referring to. Look at the people swimming in the sea. It's so nice just being in the apartment and being able to see the water like that. And my mum brought this book because this is actually set in Cyprus, the island of missing trees. I guess it's kind of one of those like forbidden love stories because it's about a Greek Cypriot and a Turkish Cypriot. And I actually read this book earlier this year and loved it. I thought it was really, really great. And so I recommended it to quite a lot of people, including my mum. But right now she's reading A Man Called Uva. So if you thought that I, in person, would just be a walking library of book recommendations, you're absolutely correct. I terrorize everyone I know with book recs that I think they'll enjoy. Hello and welcome to a segment we're gonna call What's in Jack's Beach Bag? So we have a choice of two bags today. Firstly, we have this one, which I really like, but this is more of a, like, this is my like going to the shops tote bag. And then this one is my like poolside / beach bag. The colours are so fun. It's from Jimmy Fairley and it just came free with these sunglasses that I got, which is really funny because look at the size of the sunglasses versus the bag. But anyway, as soon as I got this, I was like, yes, that is coming everywhere with me. We have some €1 Cyprus playing cards. We have sun cream, of course the books. So we've got Pizza Girl and also You Will Not Have My Hate. I'm going to tell you what Pizza Girl is about, just based on the blurb, so there's no spoilers. 18 years old, pregnant and working as a pizza delivery girl, our dysfunctional central protagonist is deeply lost and in complete denial about it all. Her world is further upended when she becomes obsessed with Jenny, a stay-at-home mum new to the neighbourhood. As one woman looks toward motherhood and the other toward middle age, the relationship between the two begins to blur in strange and ultimately heartbreaking ways. I agree with that blur because that's exactly what happens. And I'm enjoying it because at times, it's kind of narrated in the same way that Rue narrates Euphoria, if you know what I'm saying. Just like the tone, I guess, and the way that it kind of gives you an insight into other people's lives. So I think that's pretty cool. What else do I need? Phone. Actually, I might just leave my phone here. Screw it. This water bottle comes everywhere with me, I swear. It's me and my little flask against the world. Filling that up with water that's been in the fridge, and then I can take this with me and it will stay cold all day. What else do I need? I suppose I could bring my phone and my AirPods. I'm listening to Shuggy Bane as an audiobook because all the characters are Scottish, and so I thought that it would be good to listen to it from a narrator who performs it with a Scottish accent, because it really brings those characters to life. No, I think at least for this morning I'm gonna leave my phone here, but I am gonna bring this little protein bar, and I think that's everything. Beach towel. I think that's everything. Okay, I've come up to my room to talk to you about this book, because I get a little shy by the pool, you know? Also pretty sure that not everyone wants to be like filmed and blasted all over the internet when they're on their holiday, like sunbathing by a swimming pool. So anyway, I've come up to my room to tell you about Pizza Girl. I enjoyed this. This is my kind of book. It's like slow moving, understated, the portrait of a kind of troubled character, actually a very troubled character. She's 18 and pregnant and confused, working in a job that's sort of just to make ends meet, and it's about the people that she interacts with and these really deep, difficult feelings where she's dissatisfied with life but finds it difficult to articulate or even understand precisely why she feels that way, especially when ostensibly or on the surface there are people around her who love her and want to support her, but she can't get out of this rut, and she becomes sort of infatuated and obsessed with this woman who she delivers pizzas to. And kind of becomes obsessed with her in a very unhealthy way. And yeah, it's moving, you really feel for this character, even though you don't necessarily support her actions. Like, I believe in women's rights, but I also believe in women's wrongs, and I will support this woman's wrongs any day of the week. So that was Pizza Girl, and now I'm gonna move on to another book, which is called You Will Not Have My Hate. Could someone kindly explain to me why I'm sitting by a swimming pool crying over this book? That is not very cool and mysterious of me. This book is so profoundly sad, but also kind of hopeful and strong and just beautifully written, so exquisitely written. You Will Not Have My Hate basically stemmed from a Facebook post after a terror attack in Paris, and the overall kind of idea is that the writer says that what the terrorists wanted was to instill fear kind of in the population and make people stop trusting each other, stop living their lives, and his wife was killed in the terror attack. And so this is basically his diary, his kind of journal of the immediate aftermath of that. But he says, you want my hate and you won't get it. So he is grieving for his wife, but like not allowing himself to feel hatred or bitterness towards the people who killed her. He's focusing on the grief, not the anger and the resentment. So it's very, very powerful, and wow. Now, what really got me is that right here at the back, there's this picture of his wife, and I was like here just reading, and then the wind kind of blew the page like this, and I saw her, and that was it. That set me off. It is a really stunning meditation on grief. I just went for a swim in the sea because I was sweating my tits off. And then I bought these because I felt like I deserved a little treat. And they were 99 cents, but the best 99 cents I've ever spent. I'm in my happy place. We then headed down to the local town. We actually got the bus there, which was very easy and straightforward. They had a marina. This actually reminded me of Camden because they have a similar kind of umbrella display there where I used to live in London. Yeah, the town was just really lovely. It was quite quiet because I think it's kind of the end of the peak tourist season. There I am, look, having a nice little holiday, admiring the hummus shop. Anyways, yeah, there was some cool street art, but it was, like I said, quite quiet and tame. A lot of the restaurants were not very busy because, yeah, I think it's kind of the end of the summer. I think it's the end of the peak season now for them. But it was a beautiful sunset. And we had a lovely dinner surrounded by cats. There are so many cats in Cyprus. It's actually crazy. Good morning, Baltimore. Welcome back to the video. I had a freaking great sleep last night. So good. I haven't been sleeping that well since we've been here. I'm very like tossing and turning and like waking up a lot of times in the night, which is really rare for me. Normally, as soon as I hit my head on that pillow, I'm out like a light. My friends actually find it incredibly annoying because whenever I like stay over with them, we'll be like mid-conversation. The second my head hits that pillow, gone. I'm out, I'm asleep. But last night, had a corker of a sleep. Here's the thing, right? So we have conversations on love, which I am enjoying. I've folded down so many pages, I'm making so many annotations already, and I'm finding these conversations really, really thought-provoking, and it's making me go and like write things down as well. However, the problem is that I really want to think about this. And so I don't want to just like power through it. I want to like read a little section, go away and think about it, read a little section, go away and think about it, which on holiday I think you have more of an opportunity to do because there's not a lot else kind of going on. So I do have time to like really think about what I'm reading. However, I feel like this is the kind of thing where you want like days to sit and think about each section that you've read. So I think I might finish reading the first section, which is like where to find love. Then it moves on to like how to sustain love. And then the final section is what to do in the absence of love. So when you've lost a love, what do you do? And I feel like some of those things are things that I want to really sit with and remember and have conversations about. So yeah, I'm thinking that I might have this, like drip feed this book to myself, you know? So then that leads me with what do I read instead? Because I think I'm gonna read to the end of this section. So I've got like maybe 25, 30 pages left of this. And then I've also been reading My Dark Vanessa while I've been on this trip because I am doing a video that I need to read this for. So I'm 85 pages into this. Again, themes in this book are very heavy, so I've been reading it kind of slowly. I need to read this for 6 days time, so I've got a little bit more time to get around to this. Then I also have this book. This is Happy Hour. Thing is, because I'm like a mood reader, I have to bring like options with me when I go on holiday. When I go on a trip, I have to bring options. So I also have Happy Hour, which I think is quite a cool book and has been highly recommended to me. I thought over the course of filming this clip, where I was explaining it to you, it would become clear what I should do. But I'm gonna finish the end of this section on conversations on love and then decide. And you know the most fun about all of this is that nothing matters. None of this matters. It doesn't matter at all. But that's the joy of being on this trip. Nothing matters. I haven't checked my phone at all today, and it's like 10 AM. It's still on airplane mode, on charge, over in the corner of the room. And do you know what? I think I'm not gonna check my phone until at least lunchtime. As Lord said, the singer, not the God, can you reach me? No, you can't. So I got some kiwis, and every day I steal a knife from the breakfast place to cut them with, and every day when the cleaners come, they steal the knife back. So I feel like we're in a bit of a standoff here. Oh, well, now I have one less kiwi. Here's our little holiday lunch. And so this is gonna be the next read. I'm nearly finished with this book, by the way, but look how many pages I've folded down. For me personally, I like to fold down the pages that I like, that have good quotes on them. So I'll like underline the quote that I like and then fold down the page at the bottom, like I dog ear the bottom of the page so that I can come back to it and re-find the quotes. Because to me, I wanna be able to come back to my bookshelf and like pull around a book off the shelf and be like, why did I like this? What was the writing like? What were my favorite lines? And this way, I can access them very, very easily. Call it unhinged all you want, call it crazy, but I think it's a good way of keeping a record of like why I actually enjoyed each book. I cannot begin to express how much I enjoyed this book. It's one of those books where like nothing really happens. If you're looking for a plot, this is not the book for you. But if you're looking for like shimmering, outrageous, audacious, beautiful, spectacular writing, whoa, I got like a bit choked up there. This is the book. Happy Hour. Every hour I spent reading this was happy. As you can tell, I enjoyed it a lot. So many great quotes. Every page is brilliant, I thought. Great cast of characters. It's just, yeah, it's outrageous, but in the best way. Everyone who told me that I would really enjoy this book was absolutely correct. I really loved it. I think it might be a 5-star from me. It's like my exact taste in literature. This book is like my exact taste. But I will warn you, like I said, if you're looking for a book that has plot and has a really gripping storyline and is a page turner for that reason, you'll hate this. You will literally hate this so much. It's very literary. It's one for the no plot, just vibes readers. You'll love this. I also love that it was about the summer. This just felt like the perfect time to read this. It's set in New York City and I cannot wait to read. I think this is a debut, or if this author has written anything else, I'm gonna be first in line to read it. So I have actually now finished my Dark Vanessa, but I'm not gonna tell you my thoughts on it just yet because I'm actually making a whole video where I'm talking about this. But what I will say is I rated it 4.75. I really, really liked it. The last line gave me goosebumps and like, I was sitting on a sunbed, I was sweating. And so that was a really strange sensation for my body to experience. I was like, how am I sweating and simultaneously have goosebumps? That's not normal. But the last line in this book, oh, heartbreaking, brilliant, perfect. The perfect final line for this book. It's quite interesting because this book is sort of a response to Lolita by Nabokov, and the main character is sort of always interacting with that novel. But also at the same time, the title comes from a different Nabokov book, which is Pale Fire. And Pale Fire is this like crazy book where it's basically like this long poem, but there's another story told within the footnotes of the poem. So there's these footnotes on every page and they tell a story, but the narrator is unreliable. It's wild. And there's a line in Pale Fire which references my Dark Vanessa, and that's where this book gets its title. Very clever. There's a lot of very clever things in this book. It's very well thought out, and I love and respect that in a book. So yeah, I was a fan of this. Remember when I said I wasn't going to tell you too much about it and then I just told you everything? Oh well. We did in fact bring our own gin ready to make gin lemonade. So I've got changed because we're going out for dinner, and rule number one of going out for dinner when you're on holiday is wear your light colours at the end of the week so you look more tanned. So that is what we're doing, my friends. That's where we're at. How gorgeous is this? And the view's pretty good too. The sun is setting. Stunning.